This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Just yesterday, the Progressive Liberal Party Disaster Relief Committee donated $50,000 to the National Emergency Management Agency's relief and recovery efforts following Hurricane Joaquin. And as donations continue to pour into the agency, its director, Captain Stephen Russell, provides a clear update on how the funds will be dispersed.
Well, it's a two-pronged approach with the recovery and restoration effort. Government infrastructure and government facilities versus private citizens and their homes. Funds, like I said, that comes into donations, these go directly towards assisting the victims of the disaster and not necessarily fooling with government infrastructure, schools or CEOs. So that's two-pronged approach. So the funds that the government may be seeking to borrow, that may go for infrastructural development and in part to assist with the recovery effort.
For the thousands of residents displaced as a result of Hurricane Joaquin's passing, they continue to grieve as they come to grips with their loss. Tonight, CS Gradley takes another look at that recovery process.
Following the devastation left by Hurricane Joaquin nearly 2 weeks ago, residents in those hardest hit islands are now left to pick up the pieces, both physical and emotional. This process will no doubt take some time. Clinical psychologist Dr. Wayne Thompson notes there are 5 stages to the recovery process: denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and acceptance. The first stage is denial. And what is unique about denial, Dr. Thompson says, is that it is an inbuilt system that occurs until those residents are ready to address what has happened to them.
Many persons you see will be standing on the foundation of what was once their home and sweeping. And persons are saying, what are they doing that for? Well, that person is actually in denial. Psychologically, they're not ready yet to deal with it. If they were forced to deal with it prior to being ready, they would actually have a meltdown. So that process is absolutely necessary.
This recovery process, Dr. Thompson revealed, won't solely impact the residents on those 6 affected islands, but their families living here in New Providence as well. The second stage is anger.
You're angry at the fact that you've worked so hard. You've put your life savings into this. Many persons have worked in New Providence for 30 to 40 years, built a retirement cottage in one of the islands. Chances are they built it out of their pockets, which may mean catastrophic insurance may not have been included. You're angry at the fact that you feel as if your whole life has just gone down the drain.
And depression is the third stage.
The sense of loss, the sense of hopelessness, the sense of I have to start all over again. It creates a very empty feeling within these individuals.
The 2 final stages in the recovery process are bargaining and acceptance. Hear more about that in a later report. But for now, given what these residents have been through, Dr. Thompson says a focus must be placed on the healing of the mind as well as their homes. CS Scatterly, ZNS Network News.
Thanks so much, Sieska. The focus has been on providing relief and assistance to people affected by the storm. However, officials from the Bahamas Humane Society say concern for animals should not be left out. In fact, they have been conducting assessments of their own. And as Jiminy DeSwain tells us, a little Joaquin has emerged in all of the tragedy when other animals may have not been so lucky.
We found him tied. I think the residents, thought it would be safe to leave him tied during the hurricane. So he was there for obviously maybe 10 days, I guess, without any food and water. And we picked him up and brought him back to Nassau. And he is going to be rehabilitated and adopted. But we can't stress enough the importance of people not leaving dogs tied during a storm. It is very, very dangerous. Majority of animals that did not survive the Hurricane Joaquin, unfortunately, was cattle, because and particularly the cattle that was corralled. So we know now a lesson learned. We need to do some education as to what to do in the event of a storm. Never leave animals in barns. We have to always let them free, and they will find their way. All those animals that were out and free obviously survived. The animals were wormed, and they were given vitamins and shots by our veterinarian, Dr. Issa Hansen, who accompanied me on this trip. So, as we go, we not just